riffing MC Duke, and not only did we play this song, we are also talking to the man himself. MC Duke, good evening. How are you?
I'm good, thank you very much. How are you, and how are all the listeners?
Well, all the listeners are doing fine because they're getting treated to a lot of good hip-hop, and that is also thanks to you. I want to dive right into it and start with your peculiar start in the world of hip-hop. Most rappers start out, at home or in attics or cellars, trying to hone their skills. You just started at the DMC World Championship. That's where your career started. How did that came to pass?
Well, I actually was a freestyle rapper in the Covent Garden area of London, which was the mecca for London UK hip-hop. I actually started that back in 1982. So by the time I came to the attention of record companies, that was around 1986. So I'd actually been rapping probably for about 3.5 to 4 years previous to that. But we were at a party for the DMC finals in 1986, and an MC that actually won the DMC rapper competition that year came to the after party. He was originally from Manchester. He was a rapper named MC Prince. And because he'd won the DMC championship, which nobody in London was really interested in for the MC side of things. For the DJs, yes, but not for the MCs. But he won, and he came to a club called Busby's in London and challenged any MC to a battle.
And you were like, challenge accepted?
Yeah, well, I just ignored him to begin with. But DJ Pogo, DJ Business, Cutmaster Swift, Simon Harris, Derek B, a lot of the original UK breakers like Dolby D, Millie Miltz, Special T, they were all in their house. So when he threw down the challenge to any London MC for a freestyle battle, they all started chanting my name. So then I went up on stage and we started to have a freestyle battle. And I won, which kind of ended his career at the beginning. But at the same time, Simon Harris was in the building with Derek B. And so they asked me to come to Music of Life the very next day. And they wanted to hear me rap. I didn't have a demo tape at that particular time. So I did a freestyle rap, and Chris France pulled out a contract and offered it to me straight away. So that's the only connection to DMC that really started my career. I was already rapping before DMC even became famous.
Wow. But still, what a story.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what?
I knew Derek me and Derek grew up in the same area in East London, similar areas, not too far from each other. So I knew him before he became a rapper, when he was just a DJ.
So what was that like? What was the UK scene like at that moment?
The UK scene at that particular era was fledgling. There was only maybe about it taken off probably from about 1981 in the UK, but by about 82 or 83 there were more and more people within the London area and other big cities across England that were more dedicated to it, i.e. they were either break dancers, or they were scratch DJs, or they were MCs, or they were graffiti artists, which is the 4 pillars of hip-hop. So there was lots of people who not only had like one job, like they weren't just graffiti artists, they might be breakers as well. There was DJs, there was MCs, there was body poppers, that was graffiti artists. So it was more fledgling in that particular aspect, but people were so into it that they didn't just want to do one aspect of it.
No, they all wanted to do all aspects of hip-hop.
Yeah. Obviously, the initial foray for people into hip hop was the dance moves, because that's what they saw on the television at that particular time and on videos and so on and so forth. So then that became prevalent, and then the artistry of graffiti, tagging. People started to learn that tagging actually made your name famous because your name went all across the city, which they learned from films like Beat Street. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So that was the beginning of hip-hop. People learned that the way that you could actually progress was possibly by making your name famous.
And so you did, but then with music. During your career, you know, before we start off on Organised Rhyme, of course, your first album, all throughout your career, the name of Overlord X keeps popping up.
Well, Overlord X, I mean, BJ, as I knew him before that, he came to Covent Garden and he saw me and my crew body popping in Covent Garden and tried to emulate us. And then when music deals started getting handed out, he tried to come to the same labels as me and tried to emulate what I was doing then.
Yeah.
So he's always been a dude that's been 3 or 4 years behind me, and this is since the 80s.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, he was always a dude that was trying to follow what I was doing. He was never a dude that was going to be in front of me. He wanted to be in front of me, but that was not physically possible because I was there before him.
Well, and I don't like to, you know, think in square ways, but if I had to put your music somewhere, it would be British hardcore rap.
Yeah. It was meant to be, but sometimes I did it on commercial music. Mm-hmm. So that I could get your attention. But then when you listen to what I'm saying, I'm still chanting hardcore. Exactly.
But in that way, you do differ from, you know, Britcore groups like the terrorist group, Hijack.
Yeah, but me and Ron, we come from the same fruit. We're from the same tree. Me and Ron used to battle each other before the record deals. We knew each other as like rival MCs in London way before the record deals. I actually invited Hijack and Demon Boys to get signed to Music of Life. After Derek B, I was the one that was picking all of the artists that was on that label. Nobody else picked them but me.
Nice. And a good job you did.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, because that still is what I consider to be the golden era of UK rap.
Yeah, and even Simon Harris, who was an owner of that label, will tell you, if I didn't say that they could get the pass, they couldn't get a deal. It was only when I left that they started signing rappers that were below the category that I set.
Yeah, that's a shame.
But by that time, everybody had left. Yeah, by that time, everybody had left. Myself, Demon Boys, Hijack, everybody that had weight, had authenticity, had left the label because the label wanted everybody to go commercial.
Yeah, so the only one that, you know, survived that whole clash was actually Silver Bullet, who left Hijack and then, you know, went off for himself.
Well, he wasn't even in Hijack. That's misinformation.
I'm sorry.
Silver Bullet was from a town... Yeah, Silver Bullet was from a town that's like 35 miles outside of London. Hijack were original South London B-boys. You know, they were into the whole hip-hop ethos. Silver Bullet lived 35 miles away. He was never, ever in Hijack.
Uh-huh.
What Silver Bullet did was combine my style with Comanche Sly style from Hijack, and that's how we became famous. He copied what we did before him.
Wow. I didn't know that, but, you know, that's why it's Hip-Hop High School. We all get to learn something. Going back to your career, you in 1989, you released Organised Rhyme.
Yeah.
How was that album received by the public?
It it astonished most people in hip-hop, not only in the UK but also in America, because the UK was kind of ahead of them, where we was appreciating music that they'd forgotten. You got the disco era, you got the funk era, you got the jazz era, you got all these eras that came about in America, and like most countries, they view their own music as throwaway. Whereas in England, we treasure music. We treasure musical integrity. People like Alexander O'Neill, when they had lost their heat in the American market, moved to England because we appreciated what he was doing. So loads of music historically that Americans had thrown away, England picked up and played in the clubs. So we had knowledge of breaks that they didn't know about. So when I dropped my album, Organised Rhyme, we was hitting them with stuff that was from cities that are in their own country that they didn't know about, that were funky as hell. So we showed them that there wasn't only James Brown to sample from. There was a sea of music to sample from. And it's from your own country, but you don't know about it, and we do. So they had to pay attention.
Yeah, exactly, because I can remember in that time, it was the freshest thing around. It was something completely new, something we had not been exposed to before.
Yeah, and that was because of the culture in London of... My dad was a DJ. I grew up with two turntables and a microphone in front of me before I even wanted to be an MC. And that's before hip-hop. If you look at all of the earlier hip-hop stories that people tell, somebody came along and they went, right, instead of using one turntable, we're going to use two. Well, my dad was the person who did that in the UK, in East London, where I grew up, before I saw anybody else do it. All of the sound systems that played reggae music and dub music all used one turntable and what they called a disc jockey, somebody who rode the rhythm. When it came to hip-hop now, it became the MC, which is mic controller or master of ceremonies. Do you understand me? And that takes two turntables to happen. So my father was emulating pretty much what was going on in New York, but he was doing it in the UK, and that's what I saw as a child. So I came up in the game before the game was even given a name.
Nice. That really gave you a head start then.
Yeah.
And yeah. I heard you...
You look historically... If you look historically in any form of hip-hop artistry, i.e. the four pillars, whether it be DJing, MCing, graffiti, or breakdancing and body popping, I'll be there. I'm there. I didn't push on with the graffiti because I wasn't really a good graffiti artist. But lyrically, dance-wise, what have you, DJing skills, I was there. I was on it before loads of people. So, you know, you can go to people as far back as you can in UK hip-hop and they're going to say my name.
Yeah, exactly, and they should.
Well, you know, I'm not trying to say it's like it was me one, but I made sure that people paid attention to it. You know, I was touring with British pop groups in 82 and 83. I was doing adverts for Philips in 82 and 83, body popping and breakdancing. So this is before UK hip-hop even got its feet on the ground. I was already out there commercially trying to make it happen.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a few things I just heard you mention, and that was the reggae and the dub. That is what I always consider to be the main difference between American hip-hop and UK hip-hop. There's a lot of people that enjoy dubstep or reggae or garage or jungle and a lot of breakbeats and drum and bass. Yeah. And you see all of them influences in the UK rap. What were the influences when you made your albums?
All of them are the same. The difference is, what happened was we actually introduced people to it on a commercial level. What they're listening to on a commercial level was what we grew up with. All forms of UK music that have come out over the last 25 to 30 years are all a child, grandchild, and great-grandchild of what everybody UK-wise listened to in the 80s. We all grew up with reggae sound systems.
Yeah.
But loads of us are from the Caribbean, which is closer to America. So we got influenced by American music. I lived in the Caribbean as a child. I watched American TV. I saw lots of black people in America being raised up to a level that was not seen in the UK. So when I came back to the UK, I wanted to be like the people that I'd seen in America.
Yeah.
Your James Browns, your Muhammad Ali's. You understand me? You know, those were my influences as a child in the Caribbean, and I took that power and I brought it back with me to England, which at the particular time was a racist country.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, that's true. Wow.
But we overcame. Because we're from the Caribbean, we overcame that. In the Caribbean, they listen to funk music, they listen to reggae music, they listen to country and Western music. There's no discrimination of the type that we see in Western Europe in the Caribbean. Everybody is mixed up. Everybody has several different root cultures.
Yeah.
Be it Spanish, be it South American, be it African, be it North American, be it English, be it Chinese, be it Portuguese, be it Indian. The Caribbean is actually the original multicultural melting pot.
Yeah, that's the melting pot right there.
Really, exactly. What you're seeing in America is an experiment that has gone terribly wrong. Do you understand me? But the Caribbean has no problem with people that are multicultural because that is what it started from.
Yeah. Yeah, it should be like that everywhere. Let's head to the Caribbean.
Yes.
Well, there's a lot of enthusiastic people in the studio right now for me saying that. Let's have a quick carry on because we need to get on with the show. After Organised Rhyme, you released Return of the Dread.
Yeah, the Dread Eye. Return of the Dread Eye. That was an album that I did not particularly want to release, which is why after the album was released, it was then deleted and I left Music of Life. I did a lot of straight hip-hop tracks, and then Simon Harris did remixes of those tracks that were commercial. And by the time I sort of came off of Public Enemy Tour, I think it was, they'd already pressed vinyl and were trying to promote it with mixes that I had not okayed. Yeah? So because they'd done that, that was the end of our experiment in working together.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
You know, they wanted me to go commercial. I'm not kid and play.
No.
You know.
No, definitely not.
I'm MC Duke, so I had to leave that behind.
Yeah, too bad things like that happen. What is MC Duke doing nowadays?
Well, I've got the Dukebox Studios. I just recently performed at Carnival. I brought out Hijack, MCM, Power Lords, NSO, Lady Tame. A lot of the guys that were hot in UK hip-hop 25 years ago, I got offered the show myself, but I said to the promoter that I thought it would be better that I brought out loads of other people that created a scene that has now been, you know, copied, emulated, and established for the last 25 to 30 years. And it worked out. And so now there's going to be collaborations going on between a lot of the old school UK hip-hop artists.
Nice.
There'll be an album of just collaborations. There's going to be another showcase in West London featuring 6 of the artists that I just mentioned. Including and possibly Rodney P as well. So that we Hijack, myself, NSO, Power Lords, Rodney P, MCM, possibly Lady Tame, Yinka. We're looking to try and galvanise it and take it on the festival circuit, so that loads of other people can hear what we did and see us live. Right now, you've got groups like Grandmaster Flash and Furious 5 and what's left of the Sugar Hill Gang going out there and touring and representing their music. Yeah. Why shouldn't we?
No, exactly. You should.
There's enough fans out there that,
yeah, you should.
40, they're 45, you know, they're financially secure now. They can buy an album, they can buy a T-shirt, you know, they can friend me, we can interact, you know, that will make more things happen. because there's people out there that are, they're our age, between 40 and 50 years old, who still love hip-hop. Hip-hop raised them. It made them into who they are. They still got the swagger. They still rock shell toes. They still like to rock a Kango. They'll put on an Adidas tracksuit. We was the first generation to show people it's not really just the thing that you just get old. Who told you that? Only people that are old told you that. Now you're in your 40s and your 50s and you're feeling like, boy, I still feel juicy.
Exactly. We never getting old.
We're appealing to.
MC Duke.
Nobody told you that to get old.
MC Duke, is there any chance that this showcase is going to, do Holland?
If I can make it happen, I will bring it to Holland.
Nice.
If somebody reaches out to me and says, can I make it happen, I will talk to my people. You know, when I move, everybody moves. You understand me? When I said to Hijack and everybody, I'm going to do this, and I said, you want to be part of it, they was like, well, shit, if you're doing it, I'm going to do it. So I'm like, I've got that kind of power. I can talk to the people, they can say to themselves, well, boy, Duke's doing it, let's do this. So if it means we can talk to a promoter out in Holland and the money's right and we can get the venue and they sell enough tickets, we'll bring it to Holland. I love Holland. I used to go out there as many times as possible. I went out there with Public. I went out there with my own. I went out there with Salt and Pepper. I went out there with everybody. I love Holland. Love it. I love the Dutch people.
Good.
You guys are like my second home.
Good. Very good to hear. So please bring your music home to your second house here in Holland. And yeah, as well as you love Holland, we love what you've made and what you've made happen in the UK.
I want to shout out to my people in Harlem. I had a lot of excuse me. I had a lot of love from people in Harlem. When I was out there, they used to come, find me, take me to dinner, take me to spots, then we do the usual. You understand what I mean? We get a little club. People out there showed me so much love. I was out on the coast. I was all over. I was all over Holland. I'd love to go back out there, and Germany as well. I had mad love out in Europe. You guys I've never forgotten the love that I got from you guys out there. I've never.
Good. Well, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us. And, good luck on your showcases, be it in England, Germany, or in Holland. And, we'd love to hear if there's anything new to mention when it comes to collaborations or new albums with the artists that made it happen in the 80s.
You might be the dude that makes it happen, brother. You never know.
You never know. We all have a part to play.
Come out there.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. This is a community. Hip-hop is a community. Without the promoters, without the DJs, without the MCs, the graffiti artists. If we do a show out there, I want to see breakers. I want to see body poppers. I want to see graffiti. I want everybody to go, damn, I just saw some real hip-hop happening in front of them. So they can take it and run with it. I want them to see it all. You understand me? So if you've got some people out there that are breakers that are really hot, I don't want the average breaker. I want a dude that's going to mess my mind up when I see him. If you've got graffiti artists out there that are really hot, I want them to be part of what we do if we possibly do it. You understand me? It's not going to be just, UK guys are coming out and fronting. No, hip-hop's coming out and we're
Of course not. No, hip-hop's coming out and we're going to bring the people with mad skills to that venue.
Exactly. So all the people out there that I'm talking about, if you got that skill set, if you're there and you're listening to this right now, when I come down, make sure you come through. In fact, make sure you show your skill set to the promoter that brings me out there so that we can go, we need this kid to be opening up in between acts or something. We need to demonstrate what hip-hop is about. Watch a dude do a mural, watch a kid break dance, watch a kid body pop, put them in the zone. Then we come out and we start MCing and scratching and tearing up the place.
Good.
That's what I want. I want a showcase that showcases hip-hop, all of it.
Let's make that happen. Once again, MC Duke, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us. And, as I said, keep us posted on everything that happens.
Will do, man. Facebook. You know how it goes. That's how you hit me. That's how I'm going to hit you back. Stay in touch, brother.
Will do. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Come on. Yeah. What?